Good morning. Continuing our study in 1 Peter, we've been talking about elders who shepherd, sympathize, and are examples to the flock. And now that kind of leader, that kind of elder, receives something. 1 Peter 5, verse 4, and when the chief shepherd appears. So you can see by the language of chief shepherd that the elder serves as an under shepherd, under the chief shepherd. So he gets his cues for what he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to be, how he's supposed to react and interact with the flock. He gets that from the chief shepherd. When the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the unfading crown of glory. Now there are three crowns that get mentioned in the New Testament: a crown of righteousness, a crown of life, and a crown of glory. Paul to the Thessalonians mentions that they are his crown of boasting, but it doesn't look like that's a reference to a specific crown as much as it is an analogy or a metaphor, rather, of what those people are as they will stand before God as the fruit of Paul's labor. But you do have a crown of righteousness, you have a crown of life, mentioned a couple of times, and here you have a crown of glory. So what are they? Well, we don't really know. What we know is there's some kind of divine accolade, there's some kind of, whether it is a kind of standing or whether it's a kind of tangible reward, whether it's a kind of verbal affirmation, whether it's just a metaphor for eternal acceptance. It's a little difficult to tell. But in any event, it is something wonderful received for stewarding the given responsibility that God has placed you in the kingdom of God. And in this case here, specifically for those who are elders or shepherds. And so it's important for church leaders to take seriously what they do, because what they do is a reflection of the chief shepherd who will appear, and you'll give an account for what you've done to that chief shepherd. And if you account well, you'll receive a reward. So church leadership has an important place in God's economy because the church is the primary institutional expression of the kingdom of God. And God is vested in the work of his workers. So on any level of ministry you're doing, take heart knowing that God is vested in the work of his workers. And if you're a church leader, you might take extra pains to attend to the fact that you should represent the chief shepherd well, so that you might receive a crown of glory. May the Lord bless you today.